clean, it sounds like this.
A sea of a mess, nurturing the false prophet.
So that's completely raw, and then I added EQ.
In the womb, a sea of a mess.
Wow, that's a lot.
Nurturing the false prophet.
Very crazy EQ moves.
Today we are mixing death metal vocals, and we're gonna do it the old school way. And you know what? With one of my favorite death metal singers, and that is Mikael Åkerfeldt, whom you know as the Opeth singer. But one of his best growling performances was on this album when he was singing for Bloodbath. Today we have teamed up with no other than Bloodbath producer David Castillo, who's going to show us how he recorded and mixed Mikael Åkerfeldt's vocals on a legendary Bloodbath record. What you are about to watch is a part of a bigger course that we call the Bloodbath Mixing Ritual, where David Castillo walks you through both his original Bloodbath mix, but also shows you how he would mix the song today. The course also includes the original multitracks, so you can mix Bloodbath yourself. You can get a mix review from me, and the 2 best mixes will win some Kali Audio studio monitors. Enough talking, check out the link below if you're interested in the course. Now it's time to have some brutal fun with Mikael Åkerfeldt, David Castillo, and Bloodbath. Here we go.
I think he tracked all the vocals in 2 days on the whole album. Like, we did 2 shorter sessions, 2 separate days. It's recorded vocals with this mic, Audio-Technica 4047, because it was like the only condenser I had. Like when we did Unblessing the Purity, it was in another studio, and we had, I think it was the Neumann M149.
Or is it a M147 you mean? Like
Maybe the one M147 could have been. One of those 2. Everyone's thought like, do a 57 or 58 or dynamic mic. It growls, you know, as something else. But I always liked more like a pop approach to deaf vocals, because I want them bright, I want them pretty loud and in your face. And with Mikael, he's so clear with articulating words. You can actually hear what he's singing. It's not just grunting or... So I always went for that approach, and I liked it on that EP, so I wanted to stick with it. But this was the best mic I had back then, and I still really like this mic. I did a Katatonia, all the vocals on another Katatonia album as well, before I got more options and more expensive options or whatever. And it would have been through my Avalon channel strip, the preamp in like high gain mode, using the compressor, maybe a bit EQ, not crazy on EQ, maybe lifting a little bit of high end or something, and a little bit of filter going on. That would have been the vocal chain, I'm pretty sure, because that's like the gear I had back then.
And how much compression?
That one is pretty transparent, so it's probably at least 10-20 dB gain reduction, and you see it's pretty even. Today I would have used an 1176 instead and push it harder.
So that's your go-to vocal tracking compressor these days?
Yeah.
With fast release and whatever slow attack or something, or?
Yeah, if you have the good one, which I think is the Rev D, the original one, it's amazing how hard you can push it, how even you can get the vocals without sounding compressed.
Yeah.
Everything else, I have copies, clones, different revisions as well. Doesn't do the same, especially if you get poorly recorded vocals for a mix. It's the only one that it really can handle and make it sound smooth and soft. I would say it's the opposite. Like if you listen to CLA mixes when he uses the Rev A, you can really hear in his mixes how explosive piece, case, whatever is. This is, I would say, the opposite. It makes it smoother and nice sounding and not as aggressive sounding. So I have all the vocals. Let's remove all the effects and completely raw. There's no buzz at all on the vocals. It's just one single lead vocal for most of the song. One double here we're gonna listen to, which is a higher one, high-pitched, screamier one, to get character on that line. And a double, which is pan hard left-right in the chorus. But clean, it sounds like this.
A sea of a mess, nurturing the false prophet.
So that's completely raw. And then I added EQ.
In the womb, a sea of a mess.
Wow, that's a lot.
nurturing the false prophet.
Very crazy EQ moves. Like super MIDI and high end added. And after that, 1176, pretty fast attack. Ratio 12 going on here.
In the womb.
Probably to take care of that faster stuff that the Avalon didn't handle.
Didn't catch.
Yeah.
In the womb. A sea of honest, nurturing the false prophet.
And the de-esser, this one is pretty hard to dial in. I think it's cool, but it's really hard to make it not grab the S's too much or too little.
That's a stock Pro Tools.
That's a stock one.
Yeah.
Only thing I had. Back then I was using the RDSer, the Renaissance.
Yeah, right.
Waves, but I didn't have it, so I had to figure out how to use this one.
In the womb, a sea of honest, nurturing the false prophet.
Yeah, taking care of the high lift all there. That's it on the vocals. It's
in the womb, a sea of honest. In the womb, a sea of honest. In the womb, a sea of honest. In the womb, a sea of honest.
when you hear it back, you get used to it.
Yeah, let's hear that in the mix, the EQ especially. That's
Yeah. Makes sense in the mix, The good thing, I didn't care about things in solo, which you shouldn't, but I probably care more about it now than
effects.
Yeah.
Like you said, do you use the long reverb here?
Yes, here's the gold plate M5000 I've been using
Forever.
Yeah, since I bought that unit, it's been my go-to. So then we have that reverb.
In the womb, a sea of honest, nurturing the false prophet.
It's like a 3.2 second gold plate. I tried so many plugins, I thought now I can get rid of the M5000, but it's so nice when it's what you're looking for. The only thing that changed a little bit over the 20 years is going from maybe 3 seconds to 3.5. And the last 12 years probably been at 3.2. And also maybe the EQ in it, like the high cut or low pass or whatever. Like that frequency where I cut it off at 4K maybe, round it off. I don't really like bright reverbs or delays. Even if you de-ess it and all that, it's never sounds good to me with S's throwing off in the reverbs. So it's kind of a dark sounding. And then I have a mono delay. In the original one, it was my TC-D2 hardware that I also used live all with the tapping. And so that one would have been tapped for all different songs on the album or different parts, whatever. I only had one unit. Didn't control it with MIDI or anything. It was just on the go. But now for replicating that in this mix, I had to change to something I have today. And today I changed it to H delay, which I would grab today probably for this. And it sounds like this.
In the womb, a sea of honest, nurturing the false prophet.
I always turn off the analog because it has some noise and things I don't like about it. Like when it distorts in an ugly way. But I use the lo-fi and also a high pass, low pass. And also sending, usually always, I would say, like a go-to at least, where starting point is always sending my delay to the same reverb as the vocal.
Sure. That makes sense because, you want the delay to be in the same room like the singer. Otherwise, it gets disconnected sometimes.
Yeah. And in the context with and without the effects. Sounds cool, dry as well, but it adds some vibe to it.
The short delay is on all the time, right?
Yep. And then there's only, I think, in the chorus, in the lead vocal here, a longer delay.
It's thrown in here and there.
It's in the chorus, but it's on this. So it's just automated with the send there. And also in the scream. And you can hear it distorting there as well. Let's see in context. It's more like an atmospheric scream, I would say, background. And to glue it together with the solo, it's that delay going on. And here, just also extended a little bit in the music. Other than that, it's just that one double, which is going on in this part. So we have a higher one there.
Antichrist of flesh and blood!
Both together.
Antichrist of flesh and blood!
So I'm automating down the low one when I'm adding that high double.
Come to claim eternal blood! Antichrist of flesh and blood!
It's cool, and the good thing, Mikael is so tight, like rhythmically, he's so good, so you never need to like edit his vocals. Unless maybe for the chorus when it's stereo and I have them hard left, right, and I'm very sensitive to they're not locking 100%, I edited one to match the other one.
That's pretty unusual. 100% left and right.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. Like I didn't put anything in the center. I was more bold going back then. It's like a lot of the moves, EQ moves and stuff like this. Today I wouldn't do it like this. Like I would probably have the stereo one, but I would have a lead in the middle as well. So in the stereo one, let's see, we have that stereo delay, same compressor settings and all, same EQ, but no de-essers. It sounds like this.
Mock the cause! Mock the cause!
So we have that.
And it's just for giving some variation, right, to the overall sound. Like
This is only the chorus, except this line here.
Weaken the Trinity!
which sounds like a call and response kind of thing.
A schism of confusion! Weaken the Trinity! Foresee the death of the Holy Alliance!
And then when it kicks into the chorus, it gets that wide with a long delay.
The withering corpse of Christ, mock the cause!
Yeah, it's just moving into two different words. Kind of when you hit the chorus, it's something completely different. And that delay is really important and loud. And after the second solo, it's just ending here.
Is it in time or is that like free somehow, the delay?
It's kind of free. A lot of times I find time sync could be boring.
Then you just dial it in by ear and
By feel, like
by feel, yeah.
when I had a D2, it's just tapping it to get the feel. Like, yeah, now it feels good. Maybe it's drifting then a little bit. It's all about feel, I would say. Yeah, and you don't need much. You see with the growls, it's that EQ, a little bit compressor and de-esser. If you have a good source, like.
But it's also, I feel like these days vocals, no matter if you have a good singer or a bad singer or growler, are just more distorted than back in the days. Back in the days, it was more natural, and these days people expect, I don't know, we're just used to more of a crunchy vocal sound, right?
Yeah, for sure. Today I would at least try to distort it more and push it harder or whatever. But when I hear it also, it's like, maybe that would be a mistake today. Because he's very clear, like, it's easy to hear what he sings. Maybe if you start distorting, you might destroy that a little bit.
I gotta interrupt you here. As I said before, the chorus is much longer. David walks you through the drums, the chainsaw guitar tone, the bass, and talks about how they recorded everything, talks about the mix. Once again, what makes this course special is that he not only shows you his 15-year-old original mix, but he also makes a remix and shows you how he would mix the song today, which is a very different approach and kind of interesting. Anyway, you can mix the song yourself. That's maybe the most fun, right? So you can download the multitracks, mix the song yourself, upload your own mix. You can get a mix review from me if you upload until March the 1st, so hurry up. And the two best mixes will win some amazing Kali Audio studio monitors. That's great news, right? So click the link below, check out the course. Thanks to Bloodbath and to David Castillo for making this. I hope you enjoy the Bloodbath mixing ritual. I see you in hell, motherfuckers. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Bloodbath mixing ritual. Today we're gonna mix a Swedish death metal classic. My name is David Castillo. In this mixing course, I'll walk you through my original mix of Mock the Cross by Bloodbath, and I'll show you every detail of the production. From the classic chainsaw guitar tone to Mikael Åkerfeldt's growls and screams. But that's not all. I will revisit the original track and carefully remix the song using analog gear and my current mixing techniques. The course includes the original multitracks, so you can mix the song yourself. You can even upload your own version, get a professional mix feedback, and win fantastic prizes. If you want to dive into Swedish death metal and get your hands on this brutal and intense classic, click the link below and join the Bloodbath mixing ritual now.